Getting a school counseling position. In order to be invited for an interview, you need first to submit a professional, up-to-date, concise resume and a cover letter that is customized to meet the needs of the job description. First question you will have is, tell us about yourself, both personally and professionally. You need here to focus on your education and experience and a little about your personal life. Be brief and practice, practice, practice. You can practice using information on the website about the district, the school, and the people who will interview you. What makes you most passionate about being a school counselor? You need here to show your passion and align it with the school mission statement. So as a school counselor, I am most passionate about making a positive influence in someone's life. I have very high hopes for our youth, for our students. So working in a school allows me to be at the forefront of creating positive influences to these young individuals. I hope that through the work that I do, I will help mold responsible, productive, and compassionate citizens of this country. Number 3, what are the differences between counseling and coaching? There are 2 important factors that differentiate these concepts. First is the approach. As a counselor, we focus more on understanding the individual's past to help them resolve or heal from a particular problem or issue. Meanwhile, coaching is more focused on setting goals for the future and the action plans that the individual has to do to achieve them. Second, counseling and coaching differ in their educational and training requirements. For example, a counselor is required to have a specific degree such as psychology or counseling, while coaches are not. Coaches can undergo trainings offered by coaching institutions regardless of their educational backgrounds. What are some things you do or use to keep yourself organized? You need to show that you follow a system and you are an organized person. You may study what is the system used by the school and talk about it a little to answer this question. What's the main role of a student counselor? Understanding your role. You need here to focus and let them know that you understand your role. So you can say your role is to give voice for voiceless and advocate for students. I work with students, parents, and educators to help the students succeed academically and socially. They provide, or you provide, one-to-one emotional guidance and help students plan for their futures by guiding them in building a career. School counselors help students overcome barriers to academic success. Next, tell us about a successful student or case that you have handled. Tell us about one that may have been unsuccessful and how would you handle it differently. I want you to choose a couple of good stories, maybe about minority students, maybe about situations that involved more stakeholders like parents, students, administrators, and it may have a good end after you work on it. Next, how do you handle criticism from parents, teachers, administration. You need to share a story that shows you are a good listener, calm, team players, and strong, that you can handle criticism. And you are using it to improve. So you need to show flexibility. Next, what's your experience with special education students? This is very important question. This question, you need to prepare it very well. You need to understand the laws, the protocols in your state, county, school district, terms like an IEP, etc. Next, what do you do when a student reveals to you that he or she wants to become transgender, and what to do? This is another question that's technical, so you need to study and plan well by studying the county protocols in school setting. Maybe you can put in trauma-informed schools, SEL programs in your answers. You need to include specific educational, technical thoughts in this question and practices. Next, tell us what you know about growth mindset theory and its application with students and colleagues. Of course, we know about now fixed mindset, growth mindset, and you need to show that you believe all students can learn. And maybe you share another story of students who were struggling and then they worked on things, you know, the stereotypes sometimes that some students, they are not good at math or they will not be good at science. So you need to include these stereotypes and show some improvement using growth mindsets. Next, what are ways your administration can support you and teachers? The main focus of this question to show that you are flexible and you need to focus, like I said, on communication, flexibility, and team playing skills. And next is, as a school counselor, please explain how you use data and what types. Data can be used to track students' academic achievement, to determine intervention needs and opportunities for acceleration. Data can be used to identify the gaps in school services based on student needs. And you can give example of data of the school you be interviewed and how it will be helpful for you. You need to do your homework here and study the school data. Question for the team. You must have a question, plan them and prepare them in advance to show you are interested. More questions for you to consider. If an administrator walked in your office and you were speaking with a student, what would they see or hear? That's an important question too. It's about the daily practices that you do, and you have to include that you are a good listener, giving attention to the student and focused. Next is, what tasks do you feel are the most effective use of the school counselor's time? So also team playing skills, and you have to list some tasks here that you would do for the school. What are the types of direct student services? How would you handle a situation where student reports being abused by a parent? I hope you liked the video and I hope you enjoyed listening to me. Thank you.